Hey, readers, writers, and researchers, happy Monday. We are ready to start a fresh week of our ecosystem research lab. Today in ELA, what you'll need is your lab notebook and your exemplar text pack. You should have picked these up last week. I think just about everybody has. If you don't have it, don't worry, I'll show you the text on the page, and you can use your ELA notebook if you need to. You'll also need a pencil, and then we're going to use the ARC bookshelf or Epic, one or the other today. You'll get to choose. So we are working in our ecosystem research lab. We were able to start it last week. Remember, our unit goal is to create a final project that's packed with factually accurate and interesting information about your ecosystem. How are we going to do that? Well, we're going to write a book. As we work through our research questions, you're going to be turning those pieces into your table of contents and working to explain your research so that you make others care. This is a call to action. How can we be part of a solution and not contribute to a problem? So how can we write to inform and educate others? So on Friday, I asked you to choose an ecosystem. So let's pause real quickly. I want to hear, what did you choose? Let's go ahead and pause and chat for a little bit. Excellent. So we have a really nice variety of ecosystems that students will be researching. It'll be fun to write these books, and it'll be fun to share them at the end as well. I have to say, I was highly impressed with your research proposals because they were stated clearly. You cited evidence from the text. It was incredible. So I can't wait to see what you're capable of throughout this unit because I know it's going to be amazing. This week in particular, our goals are right here. Our goals are to be able to identify the main topic, the main idea, and key details in order to understand informational texts. If we're analyzing that information, we'll be able to write it clearly as well, just like the authors will be studying. Another goal is to become an expert on how the living and non-living elements of your ecosystem interact. So the plants, the animals, the climate, the geography. What we'll also do, we're going to dip our toes wet in some researching today, but tomorrow, after we get our toes wet, we're going to learn how to properly cite a source while researching. We had a mini introduction to that with our research proposals, but we're going to go deeper with that starting tomorrow. And then our goal for the week, by the end of the week, is to finish research question 1. So what should you be doing? We've got some main idea practice each day, and we'll be adding to research question 1. By the end of the week, research question 1 will be finished. So you've got today through Friday, we'll be working through that, slowly chipping away. At the end of the week, we will have a graded main idea quiz. So today, what we'll do is read through our exemplar text. I'm going to be demonstrating some research today with the savannas. So that'll be on page 18 through 20. After you read, I'm going to demonstrate some research. I'll also show you an update to our virtual word wall. What we're going to do is take a look at key characteristics. So I'll show you what that research question looks like. It's research question 1, and then you'll get to some time to start working on your own research question 1. So first things first, let's go ahead and read. So I'm going to read first, uninterrupted, so I can get an idea about what this text is talking about. What are savannas? Savannas are large areas of land that are covered with grasses. Many savannas have only a few trees or shrubs scattered among the grasses. Others have many trees and shrubs growing in small groups among the grasses. Savannas with many trees or shrubs are also called woodlands or shrublands. Some savannas do not have trees on them at all. Treeless savannas are called plains. Always hot. Savannas are located near the equator, where the weather is hot all year. They are found in Australia, South America, Southeast Asia, and Africa. This text is about savannas in Africa. The wet season. Savannas have 2 main seasons. They have a wet season and a dry season. The wet season is summer. Summer weather is very hot and humid. Weather is humid when the air is damp. It gets so humid in savannas that it rains every day. The dry season. The dry season is winter. During the dry season, the weather is cooler than it is during the wet season. Little rain falls during the dry season. As a result, droughts often occur. Droughts are long periods with little or no rainfall. During droughts, some bodies of water become dry. Up here, Monsoon winds. The wet season is also known as the monsoon season. During the wet season, strong winds called monsoons blow over savannas. Often, there are also heavy rains. Some areas of savannas flood during the monsoon season. So, one thing I want you to remember is when you open up a new text, I want you to read it uninterrupted first. Read it just to get the gist. So just like we did here, read through it. Don't stop until you get to the end of the section you want to preview. Then we'll go in and we'll start reading for a purpose. So our purpose is going to be the research in this research question here. So key characteristics of savannas, and you'll be able to follow along on page 45. So of your literacy lab. That's where you will find your copy of this. So key characteristics of savannas. What are different types of key characteristics? Well, we have climate, geography, plants, and animals. And it looks like the information we'll be looking for about in regards to the climate, geography, plants, and animals are the descriptions in this ecosystem. So what is the climate? What is the geography? What are the plants? What are the animals? And the relationship to other parts of the ecosystem. Are there animals that eat the plants? Are there animals that hunt other animals? Are there certain types of animals because of the geography or because of the climate? Is the climate because of the geography? So what parts are related to each other? Let's clarify some vocabulary. So we have an updated word wall. Remember that link is at the top of your Canvas page each week. I've added under geography that geography is the study of physical features of the earth and its atmosphere and of human activity as its effects and is affected by these. So geography, physical features of the earth and atmosphere and what people do to it. Where in the world are we talking about? What are the physical features? What are the landforms? The equator was discussed in that text. That's the imaginary line drawn around the earth, equally distant from both poles. So that line right around the center divides our earth into north and south. Under the climate category, we have, well, what is climate? A region with particular prevailing weather conditions. So areas of the world that have similar weather patterns because of where they are. And the last word we saw was drought. That's a long period of little to no rainfall leading to a shortage of water. Dry season. All right, so now we're going to read with a purpose. We've clarified some vocabulary. We've previewed our research question. What we're going to do is now read with a purpose. So I want to write down anything I see related to climate, geography, plants, or animals. So watch as I do. I found equator. That's related to geography. I saw it's hot all year. That's related to climate. I saw that savannas are found in Australia, South America, Southeast Asia, and Africa. I saw that there is a wet season and a dry season, so that's related to weather and climate. I saw that wet season, summer weather is very hot and humid, so we could get some humidity. I also saw that dry season is cooler. So what I'm noticing is information about geography over here on the left, information about climate over here on the right. Dry season has little rainfall, and there could be droughts that occur. So just little pieces here and there I'm picking out. And what I'm going to do is write this down. So everything I just highlighted, I transferred to my key characteristics. Let's pause the video so you can jot this down as well. Excellent. So if you've noticed, we didn't totally fill the box. It's important to write small because this is just the first resource of many that we're going to be adding to our research question. We'll be focusing on this all week. What I do want to point out, because we've talked about how we'll also be focusing on main idea and supporting detail. Well, if you noticed, each of these pages, each of these sections had a heading. So what's the main idea of the wet season? Or of this section? Oh, it's about the wet season. Information about the wet season. What's the main idea of this section? It's that the savanna has a dry season. So because they broke that up, we were able to find those supporting details for our research quite easily. Our research question organizers are going to go the same way. The main idea of our organizer is that key characteristics like climate, geography, plants, and animals make the savanna unique, or the ocean, or the desert, or the rainforest, whichever you are researching. All of our supporting details will go in the middle. So if it doesn't have anything to do with climate, geography, plants, or animals, it won't go in here, because that would be a detail that doesn't support our main idea. That would be something off topic. If you notice, I left pieces blank. If I don't have the information, I'm not going to write it down yet. I will look for more. So, for example, the only relationship to other parts of the ecosystem that I found is that the equator makes it hot all year. So because we're located near the equator here with our geography, that is what causes our climate to be a certain way. The equator causes a certain climate. So that's a relationship. It's going to be your turn. We're lucky that we have some time to start in our live class today. So what we're going to do right now is pull up either Epic or the ARC bookshelf. You'll get to choose. Pick a book. What you'll do is start reading that book. Remember, uninterrupted at first. Read some uninterrupted sections. Then start filling in your research question 1, key characteristics. I'll be here for any questions that you have. So let's go ahead and pause this video and give you a chance to research. Excellent. So I'm so glad we were able to get a little bit of a start. Is that the only time you'll be able to research today? Absolutely not. We will be live and writing from 12:30 to 1, probably 12:30 to 12:55 to give you time to go to specials afterwards. But we will be there live. You've all been added to Microsoft Teams, so it will pop up on your calendar. I highly recommend you be there. I will be there. If you have questions, that's the place to go. 1:30 to 3:15, remember that's your independent work time. You have a quick main idea passage from me, super short, 1 multiple choice question asking about the main idea. Then you've got 30 minutes of wide reading, and please fill out that reading log. Today I'll be meeting with the Twizzler reading group at 1:30 and the Twix reading group at 2 o'clock. You should have received a message this morning reminding you. You know where to find me if you have questions. I'm so excited about this research and so happy we're getting it started today. Happy reading, happy writing, happy research.